One, two, one, two. What, 1, 2. We are back at it. Gather round, gather round, gather round. We are live. All right. Big salute to everybody who's popping out on the gram right now. Pop out, pop out. We are live on multiple platforms. We are live on Facebook, Twitch, as well as YouTube, youtube.com/We Love Hip Hop Network. Let's get a conversation going. Big salute to everybody who's popping out on the gram right now. Let's see. Make sure to share this around, hit that like button, do all of that good YouTube stuff. Big salute to Ahmed Abdullah, who's popping up in the chat over here on YouTube. All right. Make sure to hit that like for anybody who's popping in the chat. We got a lot of things to get to. Got a lot of topics. Hold on. Let me just give one quick share here on my Twitter. Let the people on Twitter or X know that we are live. I was going to start this with some music, but, I was like, nah, let's not do that. Let's spare the people then. Big salute to everybody who's been wishing us a happy 500th episode as well. Okay, we are very, very grateful to get to 500 episodes. New episode that's out right now on our YouTube channel, available to all our viewing audience. There's actually a 2-part episode. You say you can't hear? You can't hear. What? Hold on. I'll type in the chat. YouTube live. Okay. All right. For the people who might not be able to hear me on Instagram, but let me get to the list of topics. Okay, this nigga's trolling me. Let's get to the list of topics. RIP to MDeezy. Okay, we're gonna get into that and some of the wild things that have been happening in this city as of lately. It's been kind of crazy. Also, 50 Cent versus Rick Ross because of the correlation that he's got with Drake, because of the relationship that he's built up with Drake. So we'll definitely get into that. Adin Ross has moved to Toronto. All right. Big salute to Adin Ross. He's got some plans while he's over here. So we'll definitely get into that. Salute to AP Dillion. His house was actually shot up. And just to go in, this actually correlates with the whole gun violence that's been going on over here in Toronto. Okay. Adam 22. No. What is it? Oh, Kendrick not showing up on the YG release, showing no love to West Coast brethren, his blood affiliate brethren. I don't know. Where's the love, Kendrick? But we'll definitely get into a slight Kendrick topic. LA rappers beat up a podcaster. That's just been starting to go viral lately. And no phones in Toronto high schools. School's back in. Labor Day is over. A lot of people are back in school, and a few rules have changed. And there's definitely more topics. Spam topics in the chat over here on YouTube of what y'all want me to get into. There's also a link in the chat if you want to get interactive. Okay, join the conversation, hit the link, and you'll be able to join. You don't have to join with a video. You could join minus video. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's get it popping. Let's get off of here, off the gram. Let's get off the gram. Big salute to everybody popping in the chat. Let yourself be seen. Smirklo, what up? I said what's up to Ahmed. Kingdom of Get the Same. Getham's Main. Salute. Diamond Club in the building. Salute. Gucci Ghost 33. Salute. Let's get it cracking. And while we're out here, you know what I should do? I know what I want to show you before we even get into any of the housekeeping and any of that. Let's go into our member section. I got a few things loaded up in the member section right now. Okay, let me make sure the member section's on the screen because I've been stacking. The member section is getting stacked right now. Color Boy interview on the way. We got the Mad Russian, okay, aka creator of the Real Toronto DVD. You know what? I could play another story from that. Let's do a couple of things.
This.
Let's see. Let's go to right
you know what? I ain't gonna make my own.
Hood the Hood inspired me. No,
Hood
wait,
the
remember, like
Hood.
this, I got to explain like my love for this shit. Like when I went back to Russia, there's no internet like in houses and stuff. Or if there is, it's not available to me. I didn't have a phone or a cell phone.
Right.
So like my girls, we were fighting. I had to wait. Like I was living in a dorm for like people. So like I was living in a family dorm. So there was like a guy beating his wife and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we were all cool. We were all drinking shots. It's like I was living with guys that I just like they don't have money. They're living in like hostels or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but there's like students of like you finish grade 9 and then you go to like become a carpenter, like that shit.
Okay.
So that's like when like
this is all like before I went through the whole thing with him, right? Now I went through the whole interview with him, like as far as getting his life story and, you know, him coming from Russia and moving to Toronto and everything that led him up to the moment of creating the Real Toronto DVD. So I wanted to make sure to get a real concise interview when it comes to this gentleman right here. And big salute to the Mad Russian.
grimy shit is grimy shit. The guys got to understand that.
You go back to Russia, you come back, and now you have the inspiration to say, you know what, after watching all the different DVDs and everything, okay, let me start making my own. Yeah. Was I the first person you contacted?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
King Strip.
Jeez.
We hear about like Young Rick Duffin right now, King and Tyndall. We hear about the After Hours bar spot, lovely day.
So I went to that. What was that battle? That was Peep Show was there. Scandalous was there. It was. You were there too or no?
No, but I think it was for Puma or something like that.
Something like that was like, and it was sick. And I used to go with my boy Curly, and like I went to Saga. I lived in Saga for a little bit. When I came back, I was in Saga for like a few months, and then my mom's like, "Are you gonna get a job or not?" I'm like, nah, because I wasn't working. I was living in my mom's spot, like drinking beers. You know, I came back from Russia and that same thing, right?
Yeah.
So, beers, going around freestyling and then going to like events and shopping.
So I'm gonna drop this soon. I also have another one in the vault here. I got another one. I'll show you a quick couple of seconds before we get into our topics and stuff. Free, I just ran. Big salute to the boy Free. Finally, I think I've been trying to get a Free interview for maybe 3 years now, probably longer. As long as I've been seeing him moving around in the scene. You know what I'm saying? Especially like right after he started making the moves with Floyd Mayweather, I was like, I need to tap in and see where I'll go on with this gentleman. Or I seen him on the Six Rising documentary.
Being from Canada and then living out there, like, you know, same type of circumstances, but like now I loved it. Like now I think back, I'm like, yo, I'm actually grateful for that opportunity. Like, you know, I met a lot of people there too, like people from different countries. We're all bad kids. We all got sent to the same place.
Yeah.
So I have link ups from everywhere, like London, States, you know what I mean? Germany.
And you get more in tune with your roots.
Yeah, exactly. And I tapped in more. Yeah. It was a good experience now that I think about it, you know? I think it back,
Yeah. And you bought a microphone in grade 10.
How you know about this one then?
Jeez, Ricky on his Nardwar shit.
Yo, he graduated university. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I always want to be like better than that or like that. You know what I mean? So he was like one of the persons or people that made me be like, yo, I want to go to school, go to York.
Yeah.
When I came back from Ghana, he was teaching at Yates. He used to be like, yo, if you want to go play ball at Yates, you have to read a book. Like he's on that type of time, you know what I mean? So he really, like, you know what I mean? He doesn't even know, but he definitely was a big part of my decision when it comes to education and picking, you know what I mean? And going to school and stuff. Yeah. And obviously my Dukes. I just wanted to get my Dukes like the degree. Like after the Noisy documentary, I just gave it a degree. Like literally, I'm like, Mom, this is yours. I can do my thing. You know what I mean?
So big salute to Free. That interview is gonna be dropping soon. I don't even know which one to drop first, the Free interview, or if it's going to be the real Toronto Mad Russian interview or the Color Boy interview. And I got a few more that I'm about to do before the end of this week. So I'm working. Let's give a quick salute to the sponsors. Big salute to Diamond Club. Okay, they got delivery all across the GTA and across Canada. Okay, they are the carrier of cans and many different multitudes of different cannabis products. Hit them up on their Instagram page, diamondclub_Canada, or you could use the code We Love Hip Hop and get yourself a little discount on anything you need. You heard me? Also, if you need also some loud, available across Canada via Ottawa. Okay, big salute to Only Loud. Okay, Only Loud Canada. Hit them up on their Instagram page, Only Loud Canada, or you could go onto their Snapchat, onlyloud.ca. All right, big salute to Only Loud. Let's get into a couple of these topics over here, man. Let me see what I got on my list here. Yeah, the city's been getting kind of crazy, like I was saying in the beginning of this. Okay, it's been a lot of shootings that have been happening over the last maybe month. Okay, I know it's the summertime, is getting to the end of the summer, and people always say that the summertime is when there's always more violence that happens in the street. But geez, I think we've already spoken about a couple of times that the crime rate or the gun violence went up 92%. Let me pull up my Instagram page here because I did have something that I shared. I did a collabo with Straight Out the Six, salute to Straight Out the Six. Let me pull up my Instagram page here. Because one of the shootings that went down, a man's life was taken. An artist by the name of MDeezy. He's a relatively, I'll say not from the old school, but from like the middle school of our hip hop times. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I could pull this up here. Did he stop the collabo with me? Un momento. Let's see. Oh, I think I was taking off the collab. Yeah, I had a collab with Straight Out the Six, but let me go up on their page. They probably have it up there. Unless they were asked to take it down, because when it comes to like, there we go. I think this is it. Yeah.
Boy, since I was the juvenile, MDeezy been a hot boy. Got toys, but I don't gotta tell you that. Jack you for your chain, have them begging me to sell it back. We still hurt.
All right, so RIP MDeezy.
Blue Jays on my fitted cap. My chain alone can tell you that this nigga strapped. Twitter that.
Right, he was one of these guys who had bars. You know what I'm saying? Like, not boom bap, but like that real grimy shit. You know what I'm saying?
No time to chit chat. I'm flying than the email. While you off track, train derail. Be real.
Let's see what we could find on these YouTube streets. And RIP to Fat Man Scoop. It's been a somber beginning to this fall season or this hoodie season. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of crazy shit going on out here. Let's go up on Keep Six Solid and see what they have about this, because multiple blogs have been posting about this over here in the city. MDeezy was doing his thing. Actually, you know what? My bad. I think he didn't get shot. I think he passed away to natural causes. Even though, yes, still tragic. Let's look it up here quick fast on YouTube. MDeezy. Okay. I'm gonna go over to Rock Boy's page. Big salute to Rock Boy Ninja. He's got a quick story about it. Let's go on to Rock Boy.
What's good, YouTube? Back with another one. Before we get into it, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell.
Okay, so yes, this is not what previously reported. My bad. Okay, this is not due to gun violence. Okay, so let's get the story straight here.
But let's get right into it. Now in this video, I got to give you guys an update about the video I did about the passing of Regent Park rapper MDeezy. Now apparently people that are close to him are saying that the body that was found on the beach is not him. He unfortunately passed away in his home. One person messaged me saying MDeezy didn't die on no beach in SVG. I know him personally. One broad messaged me saying, you need to take down that shit you posted on YouTube with MDeezy and get your effing facts straight. It wasn't him found on the beach. If you know what defamation of character is. You stupid B-word. You cannot defame a dead person, and this is not how you get someone to take a video down, you idiot. Who the hell?
Okay, so you see here, and big salute to Rockboy Ninja. He got some crazy commentary. This is the original poster that I had from Keep Six, or not Keep Six, from Straight Out to Six. We had a collaboration going on this post here, and it says Toronto's Regent Park rapper MDeezy was allegedly found dead on a beach in St. Vincent. All right, so this is where it was like originally, people originally was thinking this was like due to gun violence. You know what I'm saying? And they actually took their story down due to the fact that this just wasn't true. Right, he died in his home.
Do you think you are? I have no idea what's wrong with this Keisha. But listen, kids, when you message someone for the first time, asking them to do something for you, this is not how you message them. I'm gonna be real with you, man. I don't know what's wrong with these B-words, who the F they think they are. They could talk to man Henny how they want, but this is not how you go about it, kids. But anyways, man, like they're saying, the body that was found on the beach is not MDeezy. Apparently, they have the same first name, but prayers go to both families either ways. MDeezy has kids that he left behind. I don't know about the other person and whatnot, but their family is still grieving. So RIP to both of them. It is what it is, man.
Yeah, RIP to MDeezy, man. This just goes back into, because we don't know, it just looks like more of like a health issue that happened with him. Health is wealth, man. They just showed Fat Man Scoop on the stage not too long ago, passing away on the stage. This gentleman is way younger than Fat Man Scoop, okay? From what you can see on his face here, he's probably early 40s, late 30s, maybe even mid 30s, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. Left behind children, probably. RIP to this young man right here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's move on. I don't mean to start on a sad note. All right. Let me just be clear right here, okay, gang? There's a lot of sad things that are going on in the city this week. So there's going to be a few stories where we're covering some major gun violence and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But okay, let's go to an up note here. The boy Drizzy Drake. Okay, let's do something like that. Let's do that. The boy Drizzy Drake, he dropped one of those songs out of that 3-pack there. What's the name of that new Drake tune that he dropped? The one that was supposed to be with Playboi Carti. No Face. Okay. He dropped No Face, and for some reason, he took Playboi Carti off of the song. Now, people have been speculating because people know that Playboi Carti is A$AP Rocky's artist. Okay. And A$AP Rocky and Drake obviously have an issue. You know, the whole Rihanna thing. Hold on a second. I heard something here. Yo. What are you saying, brother?
Live and living, brother. Yo, I'm not going to stay too long. I just want to big you up. Congratulations on the 500 shows, man. Taking the hard work to get that far, brother.
Thank you, bro.
That one, brother. You know what I mean?
No, thank you, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Keep up the hard work. Love the work. In fact, I'm not gonna lie. You connect me closer to Toronto. Just the shows and everything. Like I'm out here in yard, and it's like you're the first person to really make me feel like, yo, I'm in the 6. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I know what's going on out there. You get what I'm saying?
Yo, fam, I'm glad to be able to do that, man. You never been to Toronto?
Never been. I want to come up there soon, next year. So hopefully when I come up, I can shout and you can show me around. You get me?
Yeah.
I've never been up there, bro. Never. I've been to New York, but I ain't been to the 6. You know what I mean?
Nah, man, you got to come up to Toronto, man. Toronto's got a lot of nice women, and everything's nice over here, and it's cheaper than the States. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, really? It's cheaper than the States?
Well, you know, on the day that, you know, the American currency, it's less. You know what I mean? Or the Canadian currency.
Oh, okay. Also, yo, Friday, I want you to confirm something. I was watching a Drake documentary. CNNC the Drake plan. Did you do that one? Were you a part of that?
The CNN what?
The CBC documentary, the Drake Plan. Did you do that one? I almost swore I heard your voice in that in the documentary.
I didn't do the documentary. Like I wasn't part of the production part of it, but I was part of like I was interviewed for it.
Okay, because I heard your voice. Like, wait, is that the boy Freddie?
Yeah. They interviewed me for the thing, man.
Yo, it was a really good documentary. No wonder why we actually want the real doc from Drizzy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Salute to Kashmir, that my homegirl. She's the one who directed that. She's the one who hooked me up with the interview too, man. She said she wanted to get commentary from me. You know what I mean?
So differently though, Friday. I need to ask you, right?
Yeah,
I watched the 500 podcast. Bro, look like what's the guy Zar, his name is Zar, right?
DJ Zar. Yeah, DJ Zar.
Bro, he looked like he had enough of Montreal, bro. The bro went twisted, bro. He was cheesed, you know what I mean?
Listen, man.
One of my brethren in Jamaica, he was watching it because I showed my friends about your show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, brother, if you didn't think it was bad, Zara just showed us all of it. Nice over there.
Yeah, there's been a long time rivalry between Montreal and Toronto, so you know it can get kind of dicey. Don't worry, people in Montreal feel the same way about people over here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so is that an actual rivalry, or it's more like a culture clash kind of thing?
I guess it was more of a culture clash, and then we have opposing hockey teams and shit like that, so it gets kind of crazy.
Oh shit! Oh, it's kind of like LA versus New York kind of vibe.
Yeah, not even like that. It's more even like New York versus New Jersey type shit.
Oh shit! Okay, that type of thing. Nah.
Yeah. Like way closer, and we're kind of the same but different.
Yeah. Now, hey, Fred, listen, I wasn't really trying to stay on too long because I want to watch the show. You know what I mean? But if you have any question you want to ask me, I can answer them for you. So, anything you want me to answer, or are you good?
I'm good right now on questions, but definitely I'm gonna start getting into this Drake stuff. Let me know what you think in the chat, and
I actually don't know how to type because I don't know if I told you I'm completely blind, so I can't even type in the chat. So I will jump on the live. I'm still on the live. So if you need to jump on, I'll jump back on. All right.
All right,
but
brother.
I really just want to big you up on the 500, man. Big yourself up, bro, and stay steady, man. These boys out here don't know how to work that hard, man. You know how it goes already, bro.
No, thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
Big up, bro. Stay safe, bro.
Big up. Big up to the brother here, man. Big up to Josh, man, over there in Jamaica. Okay, let's see what's going on here with the boy Drizzy Drake. Boom. There's a couple of videos of people who've been covering this. Big salute to Justin Hunt. He did a pretty good video on this.
Now, for the second story of the day, there's a lot going on around Drake's track No Face. Okay, so a week ago, I dropped a video on the channel called Force and Flaccid that looked at No Face, Circadian Rhythm, and SOD, the three Drake tracks that he released in this last batch of 100 gig drops, right? And one of the comments I made in the video was like, yo, ASAP Rocky was just in Billboard magazine calling Drake a pretty boy, and Playboi Carti is signed to ASAP Rocky's imprint. There's no way they're going to clear that. Well, it turns out they did. Okay, so Drake re-released No Face, and they took Carti off. He didn't contribute much in the first place, but he took him off. I think it was more shade shots at all of his ops. The song is called No Face, which is also a Kanye and Ghostface track, so who knows, right? So he ended up not getting cleared, of course. And Hitta J3 is a close friend to Kendrick Lamar. He posted, "My brother Playboi Carti not doing that. He one of us. Keep telling."
Hold on, I want to just show y'all something quick, fast when it comes to this Playboi Carti ASAP Rocky connection, because I've been doing some digging in the backgrounds here, some researching, some Googling basically. So ASAP Rocky signed with Polo Ground Music and imprint. Okay, so this is the thing right here. AWGE. Ooh, fancy. Crazy. Let's go into a video. Yo, how do you make the music stop on this shit? Hold on, gang. I'm getting out of this app. Holy. Sorry. It has one of those, it's one of those websites that just starts a continuous loop with the music. Jeez. Weird shit. Let's get back to this.
Telling y'all, right? So here's the announcement. Playboi Carti did not clear the feature for Drake. Yeah, I mean, we knew that was going to happen. And he posted lyrics to Woke Up Like This by Playboi Carti, where he says, I'm in Bompton with Pyrus and I don't even bang. Shout out G Weed and Young L. Yeah, hold that the gang. You know what I mean? So I think we all knew that that wasn't going to make it to the final version whenever that song came out. Okay. All right. So the new version's up. It's on streaming platform.
You know what the thing that makes me think, like, why would Drake even put this guy on the song if he knows that he's on ASAP's label? Like, bro, you know you're gonna get that shit taken down. You know this nigga's butthurt pause about, you know, his gal, about his baby mom. It's just a weird move.
It's on YouTube. It's been up 2 days on YouTube. It has about 280,000 views on YouTube. It's got about 2 million plus on Spotify at the time of this recording, right? So that's happening with No Face. But there's more. There is more happening around No Face. So also this weekend,
let me stop it here. I know there's also controversy about No Face with some of those lyrics being taken. They're saying that Drake stole lyrics off of that song. I don't know if I'm buying that. Okay, I'll let him cook.
TikToker shows up and he posts this about No Face.
Are we gonna let this slide, gang?
Don't get sleepy, I'm not melatonin. My therapist put in a 30-day notice. I keep on talking about beefing and busy. Money and women, there's no diagnosis. Empty the clip. Ain't no one noticed.
Okay, you gonna tell me this not the same?
This guy said that Drake stole his flow. Watch this.
Don't get sleepy, I'm not melatonin. My therapist put in a 30-day notice. I keep on talking about beefing and busy. Money and women, there's no diagnosis. Empty the clip. Ain't no one noticed.
Okay, you gonna tell me this not the same?
I don't get sleepy, I'm no melatonin. My therapist put in a 30-day.
Those are my lyrics, bro.
Talking about beefing and business and money and women. There's no diagnosis. They empty the clip.
Even this part.
Shit out and I came back.
We're not even.
So even let me ask y'all in the comment gang strong. I'll even start a quick little poll over here. Out of these last 3 songs that dropped, I guess we'll call it a new 3-pack. We'll call it a 3-pack. Are y'all, let me take the caps off. Are y'all feeling the new Drake 3-pack? Bong. Let me go up on Spotify quick fast and see what the numbers are on this. Because I remember when I did a stream and I played that song not that long ago. And right after the stream, probably an hour after the stream, this is right when the songs or the 3-pack dropped. An hour after the stream, I got a copyright notice telling me, hey, that song is a copyrightable song, or you can't use that song, basically. I'm going to pull up my Spotify because I just want to check the numbers on this quick fast. Just for nosiness sake. Let's see what the actually all of these songs are out now. No Face. I think I just seen Circadian Rhythms. See, it won't even show me the damn numbers. Let's go to new artist page pick. What's this here? No Face. It's up. For some reason, I'm not able to see the numbers in this area here. Hold on. Yo,
Freddie.
Yo.
No. I can't let this one slide. No.
Talk to me.
This brother ain't getting off on me. No. Let me deal with this brother one time. Big man, the song was on his Finsta 2 weeks ago, and now you decide to jump out, brother.
What are you talking about with ASAP?
No. I'm talking about the guy who's saying Drake stole his lyrics.
Oh. Yeah.
That song's been out for 2 weeks, and 2 weeks later you choosing to jump out. Nah, brother. No. No. You ain't gonna get up like that, bro.
No, it's bullshit. Because, and I should have played the video a little bit longer. Justin, as the video goes on, they find out that, you can switch shit on SoundCloud or on streaming platforms.
Bro, you can change up things, brother.
Yeah. Kanye's been doing this. You can update songs. You know what I mean? You could do little changes. People switch whole files out. Like, come on.
Bro, this is what... You know what, Freddie? Certain people I don't listen to, better. I'm from Yard. You know how we get down here in Jamaica, but we don't let things slide like that too easy. You understand what I'm saying, bro? Like, don't do this.
No, I anytime somebody is claiming that somebody stole their rhymes or stole a bar from them, these days I take that with a grain of salt. We have too much technology to pull the okie doke or pull the wool over people's eyes. You know what I'm saying?
One of my brethren was talking yesterday, and he's like, bro, I wouldn't be surprised one day someone do like a whole AI verse on a Drake song and then say, oh, Drake stole our stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, they already made the AI Drake and Weekend song, and that didn't go nowhere.
Okay. Glad you know, bro. Sorry, bro. I couldn't let that one slide. No, man. The only thing though I would say though is regarding the Playboi Carti stuff. That was some bookie stuff over there, bro. Like, I wonder if Drake did that out of pettiness. Like, oh, okay, like kind of like an attention grab. You know what I mean?
What, put him on the song in the first place?
Yeah. Oh, like Carti's on the song, but then he already knew he was gonna take it off when he had to go for distribution. So I wonder if that was a slight tactical move. You hear what I'm saying? Or maybe not.
But
I don't know.
The same could be said about ASAP Rocky as you were saying about the guy who jumped out the window with the writing. So you knew the homie was on the song. And even with the industry, you're telling me that the guy who signed to you didn't let you know that he did a song with Drake. It's not the only song that he has to Drake.
No, it's not. So that's what I found weird. You understand what I'm saying? Because
they've been had issues. So why are you taking Playboi Carti off the song now? Because Kendrick jumped out the window, but you guys been going back and forth. The man dissed you on his album, but you had Playboi Carti probably on that same album.
Hey, exactly. That's the part that I'm like, oh, so now everyone. This is how I knew rappers turn into politics now. Since Kendrick jumped out, if I say something, I'm gonna get in trouble. But you know what I mean? Like,
say it.
No, like since Kendrick decided to jump out of his grave, because he was in a grave at one point. The bro was just living like a duppy. You understand what I'm saying? yeah. All the K-bots want to come out now, bro. But anyway,
let them come out.
Yeah, like how, like, what were you gonna say? No, y'all can't do a feature with Drake. What? Talk to me now. Like,
Okay, it was on.
Even the YG shit. Even the thing with YG, because I don't know if you've seen the thing with YG and how YG had put out the album and Kendrick doesn't show support for his album, like even
Yeah,
sharing or
yeah.
anything.
I'm actually saving that for later on. You know what I'm saying?
So even that, like, so what, we're gonna let Kendrick slide? Like what? He's like the Godfather, the Holy Ghost of hip hop, the Holy Grail of hip hop, or what? Like he's some secret, like human. What is this? Nah, Kendrick ain't shit. He's just another human being on earth trying to rap. That's all he is.
Yeah. No, I'm just looking up some stuff here. I'm Pain 1993 with Playboi Carti. You had him on that Dark Lane.
Dark Lane, by the way, that's one of my favorite mixtapes from Drake. Actually, that's one of my most played ones.
The Dark Lane mixtape?
Yeah, I love it. It's not my favorite, but it's one of my favorite. You get me?
Yeah. That's the one that had Tootsie Slide on it.
Yeah, and you know what? I find it interesting. At the end of the album, he has the song War. And on War, it was an EXO OVO link up on that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted to move to the last question because I know you have to move on. I don't want to take you too long. I'm very respectful of people with their content creation. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
The whole weekend thing. Like, when did it all fall apart? Because you know what the thing is? I've been doing some reading, and even like, you know, me in the group chat, those things, even the girls are like, imagine if Drake and The Weeknd were still tight, the kind of music we would have got. And we were all trying to, we all end up going on this rabbit hole and trying to figure out where did this fall apart.
Now you know what, we actually covered that the other day. I was showing a video from a gentleman named Peter Adiwal.
Yes, I saw it.
Yeah.
Oh, so is it a recent falling out, or it's been a while and it just become a recent public thing?
It's a little bit of like unresolved issues, I think, that's never completely been resolved when it comes to those guys.
Oh,
but
okay.
I gave my whole theory on that last week. I don't want to backtrack on last week.
I know, but I found that really interesting. But the Playboi Carti thing, bro, Kendrick is another human being that's trying to walk this earth and rap. He ain't no Jesus on this earth, okay? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And same goes to Drake. Drake is just another rapper who's just talented and gifted, and happens to have a successful, so far, 15-year run, about to complete 20 years. He dropped his first mixtape, Room for Improvement, in 2006. You telling me this guy ain't no... Come on, the two of them are greats, but let's not make it out to be like some holy grail thing. Nah, bro. People need to move on. Because you know my worry about this Friday? People are going to cut each other's bread, and then at some point, hip-hop is going to collapse.
Nah, I disagree with that. I think this is actually what's keeping hip-hop a little bit more living. You know what I'm saying? People are kind of tuning into what's going on with this more.
What do you mean? Like, explain. Give me an idea. What do you mean? You mean like it's keeping it more competitive?
Well, without the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef, let's say that didn't happen this year.
Right.
Like, obviously, there's going to be a bunch of things to cover, but musically, like, people thinking about people's songs and whose song was better and who had the better lyrics and better angles and all that type of stuff. We weren't really talking about that in hip hop. We were talking about who crashed out this week, and we still talk about who crashed out and who didn't. But that this Drake and Kendrick beef created something where people were able to analyze songs and stuff.
Right. Okay. All right. I hear you. All right. You know what? I take your point. I'm just worried about the long-term political division. Like, we're cutting down creativity. You get what I'm saying? But you know what? Who am I? I'm just a regular guy who enjoys music. So whatever. You know what I mean?
Hey, the opinions are always appreciated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, bro. But that brother who's trying to say Drake stole his verse, bro. Wheel and come again, big man. As we say in Jamaica, wheel and come again.
Wheel and come again.
Yeah, bro. Big up yourself, bro. Bless up.
Salute to you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Salute to the brother Josh here. Yeah, he's right. The dude was tripping. I'm here just looking through, just trying to find some more collaborations. But yeah, they only had the one collabo from back in the days. It's not like these guys have a bunch of collabos. But one thing that's true, I don't know why this guy would now pick to be salty about having his artist. Maybe he didn't have. Maybe he wasn't signed to ASAP Rocky at that point, but I doubt it. All right. Well, big salute to the boy Drizzy Drake, and I'm actually asking you guys in the chat here if y'all like the new 3-pack. 58% says no. Holy shit. That's how y'all feeling? Well, goddamn. Holy. I noticed actually, let me pull this back up again. Y'all got me. A lot of people have been, or not a lot of people, some people have been saying, as far as like media pundits and commentary channels and stuff, that some of these songs have been mid. So what's come out of this? Let me see here. 100 gigs. Circadian Rhythm is out now. The song that we just saw before there, No Face. And there was a third one that was supposed to have dropped out of that. Oh, SOD. Where the hell is the SOD track? Ooh, I don't think they were able to release that one as a full tune. Yeah, I don't see this SOD tune. Let's look up Drake. SOD. Yeah. Somebody just has their own version of this shit up. Interesting. So they didn't release the whole 3-pack. Okay, I don't understand the moves. Don't get me wrong. I'm not here to decipher exactly what Drake is doing as far as his marketing plan. I see some of y'all saying in the comments here, or I seen somebody say that he should take a break. All right. Entertainment said the only 3-pack is from Diamond. Salute the Diamond Club. Yeah, I don't honestly, I'm not mad at the Circadian Rhythms tune. The Playboi Carti song, the No Face tune, it's all right. And I'm not, and I don't like Super Soak or SOD. Right? Like, even without Yachty on it, it's just the song's cool, but it's just not my shit. You know what I'm saying? It's more for, I guess, a younger demo. Let's put it that way. It's not for me. All right, but I won't call it mid. God damn, y'all are rough. Let me get off of this Drake shit, man. Y'all are killing this nigga. Let's move on. Adin Ross. Let's pull this up. I'm going to try to keep the topics light before we get into some of this heavy shit. Adin Ross has made it to the 6. I'm going to pull up this page courtesy of Creative Canada. And actually, I spoke to City Boy JJ on the episode 500, in the intro of episode 500. So here we go.
Not even joking. This is the crazy shit about Drake. He knew as soon as I landed, I didn't say shit. I swear. That mother is him. And you know what I'm saying? In Canada. Is Drake near here? I'm not even joking.
So what does it say here? F it. I gave you guys a mini announcement for Toronto. Cuff'em. I'll be living. Cuff'em will be living with me in the crib in Toronto. We're about to take 2K content and other content to the next level. Woke up, I'm sick as a dog, 101 fever. Great stream today. Shout out. Okay. So I guess he's here and he's sick. And I know I discussed earlier with people talking about, you know, him being banned and blah, blah, blah. Who knows? Maybe he cleared it up. Road to Success wants to know if he checked in with me. He did not. He did not. He did not. Makes me actually reminded me. I just have to check my DMs because I did send this quick DM to him, like, "Hey, yo, what up?" I'm not on some check-in shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make nobody check in. But he is actually supposed to be doing some content creation with some people out here. Apparently, he's supposed to be giving out like over $100,000 or something like that. All right, Gucci Ghost says, if City Boy JJ teaches Adin what a defus is, I'll rate him. Yeah, actually, thank you. Because speaking of City Boy JJ, I'm going to pull up the episode that we just did. Because he did mention something about this whole, here we go. He mentioned something about Adin Ross and those guys collaborating. But I'll play it for you. I'll show you better than I could tell you. Let me pull up the episode. Here we go.
Is extra trash because it's English and
all that.
That's what I'm saying.
It would have been a bad look, so I can't be doing that. So the next big thing for us is definitely collabing with him and start streaming. You know, it's big moves, big moves.
Right here. I'll play it from here.
Happened? 100%, bro. Nah, you know how bad it would have been if I had like actually thrown punches. Like I would have lost all my deals and all that.
That's what I'm saying.
It would have been a bad look, so I can't be doing that. So we handled it really well though, and like, you know, there's no issues no more. Even we found the guys after who did it. We got their names and stuff and everything. We found out about everything about them. You know what I'm saying? Like the first hour, like we found out where they live, their address, their names, but we don't want to do anything because you know we're good people.
Good people. But so I'm not to cut you off because I don't want you to. I don't want to DJ Vlad you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But other than that, you're good though.
Yeah, so everyone's blessed, bro. You know, they're good, they're doing okay, they're doing good, and we're doing good. Like everyone's good, bro. It's all love.
What's the next move, man, for the rest of the year?
Well, next move is honestly, I don't know if you guys heard, but Adin Ross tapped in with our group.
I seen that Toronto Tide. I seen that. I told you Friday.
Yeah, and he's moving to Toronto. So the next big thing for us is definitely collabing with him and start streaming. You know, it's big moves, big moves.
Yes,
for sure.
Good. So he's going to be collaborating with City Boy JJ's people. Right. What's I wish Czar was here. Czar's actually in the middle of making some content himself. Let me pull up Instagram. Let's go back to the gram. City Boy JJ. All right. He's got his crew of that he does this stuff with.
Tim and Bob. Bobby Valentino.
Yo, what the hell? These guys be posting. You know what's funny? Because right now at the same time, I just seen Adin Ross pop up on live. I want to go and check on him to see what he's up to. He's probably live on Kick. Let's go see what's going on over there. Kick. Let's go on to Kick. Hold on. I'll show y'all what I'm looking up on the screen here. Because he just started a stream. So we'll see where he's at. Maybe he's doing an IRL stream. Kick Adin Ross. Hopefully I'm still signed in. Oh, shit. I feel like logging in. Fuck. I don't want to log in. I'm not logging in. Okay, here we go.
The streams and stuff. And again, Friday, we're going to do something with Sketch. Sleepover stream with him, play on some more segments and stuff. We'll be doing Twister with Sketch and just all having a good time. We're going to do some sleepover vibes and shit. Be cool. Be very, very fun. Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of cool stuff. Once a week, I would like to play a game with the house with Combi and Cuffham. We could all get on and play I want to start with once a week, right? I know you guys are gonna like it, but I want to start with once a week. We could all do a game, right? We could all do a game. And then also, guys, please remind me today. Guys, do not let me end stream before we pick out decorations for the setup. Please, bro. Guys, do not let me end stream without helping you. I want you guys to just make a Discord tab, and then we're just gonna like go through. And
he's like in this friggin' bare room right now. I guess they're still building up the stew.
And then we're just gonna have this entire wall to be able to do a whole background. Okay, that's the vibe. I pooped earlier, ran out of toilet paper, so I'm scratching my. You guys are like the top of your bubble.
Hey yo.
Scratched it real quick. But yeah. I want to do something with Kevin, Jake, Future this month. Jakey Poo, I miss you. Kevin, I'm gonna pull up on your art, do an IRL stream. Obviously, Kevin needs to be on the stream. Just being real with you. What the fuck is that emote? No way you guys made a fucking scam emote. Are you This
guy's gonna friggin' demonetize my shit. We ain't on Kick right now, bro. Chill.
What the fuck else?
Chill.
Weird as fuck, person. Like emoji and shit, but whatever. I also am gonna do some IRL stream with a hockey player probably this month. I'm not gonna say who it is.
We put up just in time.
Oh shit. Shake, please. Thanks, bro. Sounds good. All good, bro. Sorry, my chef. He's just we just all bought new kitchen stuff for the kitchen. Settling in, man. Settling in, man. It's gonna be good. Settling in.
Welcome to Toronto, man.
Let me take my double shot of espresso. No way you guys made a fucking gambling emote.
Hold on, I'm gonna jump in the chat.
Shit. I remember when I was down 5 million that night. You guys put. You guys told me to look at that picture.
I'm gonna put it in all caps. Watch this.
Super fucked up night. I never want to.
I don't know why he's freezing.
Experience that again. What other emotes?
I gotta log in.
You guys got
1 second, gang. I'm gonna put myself back on the screen because I can't be showing my login information. 1 second.
I want to actually expose Canada.
So hold on, I gotta log in. Uno momento. I just can't have all my login shit up on the screen. Can't do that. Okay, we back.
So I'm not even joking. I literally cracked it. Well, Mac cracked it and told me. But yeah, same shit. But bro, like, isn't that fucking crazy? And then yeah, I even want you guys to even pick out my gaming chair. Should we go with that green Lambo chair? I probably just have to get a shift.
He's completely just came over here and he's starting all over.
I mean, after Candace Owens and then before we play with
okay,
Kai,
let me put my chat in.
So yeah.
Did you?
So yeah, we'll do it.
In
89 partly sunny. Dude, what the fuck is this? Wait, why is my reaction not popping up? Hold on. I gotta select it. What is this? Biden hits Russia. What is going on, chat? What the fuck is this breaking news? Somebody got to fill me the fuck in. I'm not in America anymore, so somebody got to fill me with the American news. What the fuck is going on? What did Biden hit Russia with? Please don't tell me it's GG's. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I just woke up from a nap. Are we fucked? What the fuck did Biden hit Russia with? Oh, look, chat. Don't be weird. All right? Don't be weird. And Kodak White puts a W. Kodak White, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You gotta be a fucking terror.
I might have to put more emojis in the chat for him to be able to see. Did you check in, sir? I know. And listen, I don't think he has a complete full city ban. He only offended one set of mans from the city, even though the person that he disrespected is very respected by enough people in the city. He still represents one end. So it's not like Adin has a problem walking around downtown. But welcome to Toronto. Hold on. Let's hear a little bit more of some of his plans.
How? I sipped Tim Hortons on stream yesterday. Not I sip lean, you fucking weirdos. I sipped Tim Hortons on stream yesterday. I don't even know what else I gotta show y'all to prove that I'm in fucking Canada, but fuck. God damn it, bro. Whatever. It'll yeah. Your fault, not gonna lie, for gaslighting them all the time. There goes Fearbuck being weird. Anyways, guys, we have Candace Owens in about a half an hour. I want to get through some clips. New rule on the clips. I'm not gonna really react to any bullshit. Like, I'm just gonna. Yeah.
I was gonna go on Kick from my phone to see if I can get some more emojis in the chat there, but yeah, I deleted the app on my phone. I guess his chat doesn't believe that he's in Canada. Low key, I don't believe he's in Canada.
I'm gonna preview a little bit of that, but I gotta ask him what part he wants to preview, obviously, because I don't want to get too deep into that shit. But we will be doing that after the reactions right before Canada's Own. All right. So let's get into these reactions, man. All right. How y'all fucking with 2K, by the way?
That's enough of Adin right there. Boom. Well, welcome to Toronto, broski. Adin Ross is here. I guess, you know what I mean? I haven't seen him. You know what I should do before we get off of this topic here? We'll get to our next topic because Toronto's getting kind of crazy. I don't know if it's the best times to be out here. Let's go onto his page. Adin Ross. Nothing pinned. This is September 2022. Nothing in the stories. This nigga don't post shit unless it's like, well, yeah, there's still not enough proof, I guess, that he's here. Okay. But, you know, salute to City Boy JJ. He says that they're going to be doing some work together. I'm sure they've already spoken behind the scenes. Another person I think that he, you know, should be tapping in with, and I don't know if they've already spoken, but salute to Cribbas. All right, Cribbas is an early supporter and, you know, has spoken with Adin Ross from way back, right? And yeah, tap in with your boy. Let's see what's going on, and clean up whatever you got going on with the man them too, fam. It's just a little bit sticky. You can't just leave that hanging and just walk and just come through here. You know what I'm saying? And announce it to like millions of people. But let's move on. Yeah, I skipped the 50 Cent, Rick Ross, and Drake thing. I don't know if I should go into that. I guess Rick Ross was getting at 50 Cent. And let me see if I can pull up something. Rick Ross was getting at 50 Cent for, I guess, his affiliation that he has with Drake and the love that he's been showing Drake. Hold on, let me pull this up on the screen. Which is some hating shit. That sounds like some salty ass hating shit.
He want you to lose like he just bought the Holyfield mansion. Damn. He bought a jet. Damn. Oh no, 4th annual car show. Damn. I just seen a clip of the Wallow show where he was interviewing 50 Cent and the other little dude asked him a question, small talk. But ultimately the question that should have been asked was, you jumped out there during the beef, the West Coast versus the Canadian. And
the Canadian.
I thought Dr. Dre put you on. I thought Dr. Dre was the set. I thought you was loyal to Dr. Dre. You mean you went with the Canadian over Dr. Dre? Who you say?
Okay, stop. Let's stop right there. And this is the point. This is exactly why people over here are taking this song, this Not Like Us shit, in a different way. Because y'all, as far as the American audiences or the American people who are taking in this song, is taking it that way. Don't make you're like, oh no, fam, it's not about Canada. It's only about Drake. That's cap. Because one, Kendrick didn't feel that way. Kendrick wasn't, you know, you keep on emphasizing this Canadian, like as if being Canadian is a knock. And this is the shit that I don't like. Let me ask you all a quick question in the chat, in the poll here. Is Not Like Us for all Canadians? Because, you know, it sounds cute to be like, okay, you know, we're just talking about Drake. Come on, we like you guys, you know. we're cool with anybody from Canada. No, that's a lie. I see comments. I read comments. And I see people who come through from the States. Listen, don't get me wrong. We have a lot of American audience that watch our content and don't say right away, yo, y'all are cringe. But I see a lot of people who will just pop up out of the blue, maybe watch one video and be like, yo, Canadians are so cringe. It's not a small sentiment just held by a couple of people over in there in America. A lot of people feel that way. So when Kendrick is like, a Canadian disrespecting Pac, he's not like, this guy Drake disrespecting Pac. He's like, how could anybody from up there even think about doing that? Come on, dog.
Change your life?
Isn't that a little bit prejudice? So what are you trying to tell Drake? Go back to his country?
I thought loyalty. But you did shut the fuck up once the Canadian took the L. You got totally quiet. You did.
That's cap. Because quote unquote, since the Canadian took the L, he's been here. He came here post the battle. The battle's been 3 months ago, nigga. Where's this nigga's timelines?
Yeah.
This guy's trying to rewrite history.
Since these niggas counting my pockets, I'm gonna let them know.
Yo, did this guy check? Oh.
My next move finna be Thriller in Manila 3. Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield 3.
Douchebag alert.
Once Tyson knock out Jake Paul, I'm gonna get Tyson and Holyfield a fight in my front yard. I'm gonna put a ring right there.
Douchebag alert.
And it's gonna go down in my front.
So I guess he's saying that Drake 50 is a traitor for rolling with Drake. Is that facts? Should he not show no love to Toronto? I'm going to pull up a little piece of this interview because it's based off of the $1 million worth of game interview. He was trying to throw a few shots in his little commentary there, or his little rant. The other dude, small shit. You heard his little subliminal message that he sent towards Gilly and Wallow. So I guess I think Ross and Gilly and Wallow have an issue too, or Ross and Gilly. All right. Ross has so many beefs I can't keep track sometimes. Let's do this. I'm just checking to see if there's anything else before I jump into this. Yeah, let's do this. Hopefully these things.
Listen, man, you're now tuned into.
Okay, here we go.
You're not even with no more. What is it with you and Ross that's just been going on for so long?
I spent it, see, right? Nothing else works for him outside of mentioning me. When things get bad, you mention me. It gets covered further. You see, TMZ is 50 Cent said this is going to be bad for Irv Gotti's career. I get covered across the board.
Yeah.
They get covered on the hip hop blogs. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And you watch because
hold on, let that sit for a second. Pull it back.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And you watch because I get covered across the board.
Yeah.
They get covered on the hip hop blogs.
Whew. Let that one breathe for a second. TMZ, Hollywood Entertainment Tonight, Hollywood Reporter, Page 6. He's trying to say, okay, Big Ack is probably the most I might be covering what Rick Ross got to say about some shit. but nobody else outside of hip hop. It's all downhill from there.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And you watch because I have nothing else to say. You just see it happen periodically as it goes. Yeah. You know, you see that big white elephant, that property he lives at? It costs more than the nightclubs. He's in the nightclubs.
Yeah.
We know what they can give you.
You know, Ross take a shot at you a couple weeks.
They can't pay you more than they can pay you because the room can't hold enough people for them to give you the money to stay there. You can stay until you're a squatter, holding on to the leg of the chair that they're moving. But that's what it is. It's just a part of presentation.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. You can see this. You don't need me to say this. You know this.
Yeah.
What I'm getting from this is it's going beyond just the Drake and Ross beef, or Drake or Ross having an issue with Drake for him to even make any commentary on what 50 Cent had to say. You know what I'm saying? It's a 50 and Ross beef. He don't care what Drake has to say or whatever. He's just trying to put this whole Canadian thing in there. And then that's where things get kind of muddy.
Look at it. What kind of rich nigga cut his own grass? Why you out there cutting your own grass?
This guy's just laying in.
You trying to save money, nigga? You don't want to pay for the lawn to get cut, huh?
That's why he got at Gilly too, because Gilly laughing.
Let me ask you.
The AC broken in the motherfucker.
Let me ask
50's a cold nigga. Jeez. This guy just ethered him in a 3-minute clip. Well, I don't know, man. These guys, I don't think they can ever resolve it. Like, for example, how 50's resolved it with Fat Joe. And I feel like the Fat Joe beef is a little bit, I think that was a little bit heavier than with Ross. Nah, when I think about it, like he had videos or he had like mixtapes with Fat Joe with no shirt on the beach, looking crazy. Like they were good, but you know what? When I think about it, him and Ross have been going back and forth way crazier from back in the Pimp and Curly times. And, you know, all that Officer Ricky shit. All right. So I could understand why that beef is harder to resolve. Like he was going crazy on Ross at one point. He was.
Brick started on the corner, now nigga 106.
Yo, that's hot. That's hot. What's the name of that?
Boss.
That was hot. That was fire right there.
Yes.
Well, let me hear something again. Something real hot though.
Can't wait to pay your rent, Curtis Jackson, baby.
I don't like that one.
What, this one?
The one you just said. That one was different.
No,
I'm in the game so long, I know heat when I hear it. We only signed like 2 artists while we down here. We already signed one already. Hey. So let me hear something again.
Who gives a fuck what a hater gotta say? I made it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. You know, but what you doing? And that comes with putting yourself in that predicament. You mean, it's like, I ain't gonna put myself in a place where I gotta walk around with handcuffs.
This guy, Rick Ross, put all the rappers in jail. So yeah, I can understand why Ross is kind of not over it. But yeah, salute to the boy 50. You know what I'm saying? I can understand why he got these niggas frustrated. He's just been getting money. He hasn't declined. He's only been getting more money since his heyday. So niggas might be a little stressed. I'm gonna just make not a sharp left, but I want to get into a little bit of some stuff that's going on in the city over here, quick fast. There's a Punjabi artist who's been doing his thing out here for a while, named Dhillion. See, I spelled it wrong on the title. I got to change the title or do a spell check on the title. But let me show y'all something quick fast here. because the cities, like I've been saying over and over again in this live, I don't know. The last time I checked, or last time I heard on the news, they're saying 92%, but I think it's gone even higher at this point. So, reports the home of rising Punjabi star AP Dillion was shot up over the weekend. Police in British Columbia investigating gunshots from the home of rising Punjabi music star on Monday. Let's see if I can find a news article on it. I know he runs with a lot of guys over here too. Him and what's the brother's name? A.R. Paisley got a bunch of songs together. AP Dillion. I'm gonna go look for a quick article here on this. Over there in BC, it's a mod thing over there too. They pretty much got the same issues as over here. A lot of gang violence, maybe even a little bit more when I think about it. Let me pull this up. I salute to my Punjabi people out there. Let me find some articles here, some courtesy of CBC. Okay. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Home is rising.
That's mud. How do they have this kind of footage?
Cars burn in the driveway. CBC News has not been able to verify the origin of the video or its author.
Jesus.
Of Victoria as 2 cars burn in the driveway. CBC News has not been able to verify the origin of the video or its authenticity, but police confirm it is part of their investigation into this brazen and targeted attack. The owner of the home is rising music sensation AP Dillion, who recently signed a major record deal. A hugely popular Indo-Canadian producer and rapper, he last year became the first Punjabi act to perform at the Junos.
Finally, this brown skin is getting recognized.
After the attack, he reached out to his millions of fans on Instagram saying, "I'm safe, my people are safe. Thank you to everyone who reached out. Your support means everything."
Yo, that's crazy. How did they get this footage?
The musician later shared a video of himself singing with the message, "Keep spreading love." In the daylight.
This is not the crib. Shut up.
In the daylight after the attack, neighbors described what they saw.
We went to the kitchen window and I could see flames underneath the truck. And they were starting to.
I don't want to say, but I feel like he's in a bigger crib than that. Maybe that's just the angle he showed it at.
Catch the truck on fire. I called 911 right away and told them that there had been multi-shots.
Discretion.
The extent of the damage plain to see, over a dozen bullet holes and debris scattered around the front of his house. Media in India have connected the attack to Indian gangsters.
And a gang, in fact, which is already infamous for these attacks on celebrities, has taken responsibility.
Oh, man. So there's already a gang that took responsibility for this? Keep in mind, right, there's a lot of politics that go on over there in the West Coast when it comes to these artists. It's not even just the artists, the Punjabi community, right? R.I.P. C.D. Musiwala. He was gunned down in India, but at the same time, he had a lot of issues that were going on, and he lived in BC. He lived here too. You know what I mean? So let's see. 2015. I'm not gonna reread this whole article. Bishnu Gang claims responsibility online. Let's see here. Media outlets in India have reported that Rahit Gardera, A member of the India-based Lawrence Bishnell gang claimed responsibility for the shooting on social media. According to the Times of India, Gowda warned Dillion to stay in your place or you will meet a dog's death. Holy shit. The post mentions Bollywood star Salam Khan appearance in Dillion's recent video for Old Money. The gang has sworn revenge against Khan after he was accused of hunting a black buck in Rajasthan in 1998, and he was convicted of Yo, who is this guy? Yo, let me see what this guy's recent video, Old Money. Let's do a little quick investigation here. I don't want to call it investigation, but you know, niggas be like, yo, you want some cop shit Friday? Old Money. Okay, let's pull up the video here. These niggas be doing mad views. Watch this. 1.3 million views in 3 weeks. I'm not going to play the audio due to copyright, but let's see. Oh, is there a music video? Okay, Salam Khan. Old Money. Probably bare guns in this. Look, parental advisory warning. The following video contains explicit content and depicts graphic violence, which may be offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Is this the Salam Khan guy? I'm gonna look him up. See? Yo, these niggas be having bare gangster shit in their videos. Yo, see what I'm talking about? And if you hear how the man's singing, he's singing just some sweet tunes. Watch this. Yeah. Oh, what a blood! Yo, what am I seeing here? This nigga shot him off his shoulder. That is a mod ting. Holy shit. I guess it's some gangster shit. Salam. Let's look up this gentleman here, because Jesus Christ. This guy's in music videos shooting niggas off his shoulders. You got to find out who this guy is. Let's look him up. Salam Khan. Maybe there's some videos on him. Let's see. Let's put in gangs. See what I'm talking about? Firing an AP. Trigger warnings. Not gonna show that. Multiple rounds were fired at people in Dillion's house. This guy. This is the same gentleman that they had when it came to Sidhu Moosewala's passing or him being murdered. Okay, this is the same guy who claimed responsibility. All right, what's this guy's name? Did they show his name? Oh, okay, that makes more sense. This is the house. Okay. Look, when it comes to Sidhu Moosewala, right? Sidhu Moosewala. Right? Even when I did a documentary piece on this, so this is why even I also remember this.
This special telecast is about the biggest smoking gun in the Sidhu Moosewala murder case, a sensational video admission, a statement by the mastermind of the Canada-based gangster Goldie Barar has now given out a video, and India Today has exclusively accessed this 2-minute 50-second long video where Goldie Barar himself, though with face covered, completely masked, but can be seen and is heard admitting.
Goldie Barar. Right? Goldie.
Well, the U.S. police has firmly refuted circulating reports.
Now, I know it's not the same gentleman in the picture, but he has an affiliation with that gentleman in the picture, is what I'm saying.
To be Goldie Barar. Earlier, another police official, Lieutenant William J. Dooley, said that Barar was alive. He said, and I'm quoting,
Bro, this shit is making my heart beat when you start digging deeper into this whole thing. Black Pudding TV. Yeah, I'm gonna jump into that just now about Travis Scott getting robbed. But listen, hold your head to the homie AP Dillion. It's getting crazy out there. Okay, over there in Vancouver, or in BC, because I know those guys are in Surrey, more specifically. There's been an ongoing gang war going on over there, and it's spilling over all over the country. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull up something quick fast here. Maybe I'll keep my YouTube open and just go into the history. That's what I'll do. I'll go into my history quick fast. Because like I mentioned earlier, the gun violence has gone up 92%.
You deserve to die like that. You didn't deserve to die like that. Never.
Shot and killed the night before the start of a new school year.
A 15-year-old boy, the victim of gun violence in Toronto. Good evening. Family and friends have identified.
Okay, and this is steps away from the police station.
The young murder victim as Mario Giddings.
Police say multiple rounds were fired in what investigators say was a targeted attack. CTV's Sean Leithong joins us live from the scene near Black Creek and Trethewey Drives. Sean.
Michelle and Nathan, targeted, but also quite brazen. This happening just before 8 o'clock last night. To give you a sense of where some of the shots were fired, if you look over my left shoulder into Tim Hortons, just to the right of the garbage can, that is one of the bullet holes that's covered up by a sticker. Moving along this way, you can see roughly behind that truck that's pulling by, there's a large red sticker there, more bullet holes there. Then behind me, there's a pizza place, had a bullet hole through the front, and then beyond that, to my right, there was a car parked last night that had a bullet hole inside there. So it's the idea that a daylight shooting, many of these stores open, and those who open fire seem to not care who was here.
15-year-old Mario Giddings was supposed to start grade 11 at Weston Collegiate Institute this morning, but he was shot and killed yesterday in the parking lot of this plaza.
I want justice for him. I want the police, because if there is camera, they have to arrest that person that do that to him, because he didn't deserve to die like that.
Fortunata Giddings was the victim's aunt and guardian. She's been looking after Mario for 5 years as his parents live in St. Lucia. She says they live in the apartment building next door. She saw paramedics giving Mario CPR, but didn't know it was him.
I could not believe that I am there looking at he's dying and I don't know it's him. I do not know. I don't know. He just called me and then my daughter called me and then saying something happened. Mario's on the ground. Mario just gets shot.
It was 7:45 last night when police were called into the plaza at Black Creek Drive and Trethewey Drive for reports of a shooting. Witnesses say there were multiple shots. Today, broken glass remains. A car with a bullet lodged in the door. The glass of a Tim Hortons with bullet holes covered over, and one bullet went through the window of Tudo's Pizza House, through the counter, and shattering the glass of the refrigerator.
I do not know. I don't know. He just called me and then my daughter called me and then saying something happened.
Who's this in the window right here? Is that one of his older brothers and stuff?
Marriage and the girl marriage just get shot.
It was 7:45 last night when police were called into the plaza at Black Creek Drive and Trethui Drive for reports of a shooting. Witnesses say there were multiple shots. Was afraid to go to school.
So this young gentleman was afraid
Owner
to go to
Tom
school.
Du was standing a meter from the fridge where the bullet hit. He says 2 young kids were sitting at a nearby table.
No, I see 3 cars running away. I see bang bang and 3 cars running.
Police say a black sedan was seen fleeing. Fortunata Giddings said Mario was afraid to go to school because he'd been in a fight and feared being found.
See how crazy it gets for these youngins going to school over here? A fight in school could equal out to somebody getting shot. This young gentleman was 15 years old. Holy smokes, man.
He telling me, oh, you have to look for another place for me to go to school because those boys will come back to me.
Tanya John says her sons were close friends with Mario, and she said,
Yo, I've said this on the podcast before, and I'm going to say it again. I am so glad that I am in the age that I am now in these days and time. I would hate to be a young teenager or even somebody in my young 20s in 2024. Whoosh.
Says there had been trouble with a group from another neighborhood.
Nowhere wrong is safe right now because the kids that living on Western Road, the whole of Western Road, are beefing with the kids around here.
John says she went
she might have even said too much.
to the CNE yesterday with her kids and thought about taking Mario.
Yeah, right. There's no way that man's could be walking around the CNE in these days and times. That's just like a aside mission, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to use the wrong words over here on YouTube, you know what I'm saying?
Was driving, I wanted to turn back. I wish I did turn back and wake him up and just tell him, come go with us. Come and go and ride and have some fun. Yesterday, it was the worst time of my life. I enjoy myself.
Oh man, condolences to these people, man. RIP to that gentleman, man. Telling you, man. Let me check something out here. 92%. So rash of deadly gun violence, and this is over Labor Day weekend. There's been something like 3 murders over the weekend. It's mosh up around here. This guy's got a 44-minute piece on this. Let me just watch a little bit of this.
11 shootings, 3 of them fatal. Police reveal
11.
more details about the deadly long weekend violence in our city.
And the city's latest murder victim is a 15-year-old boy.
Inside Toronto Police headquarters, not every day you hear the Toronto Police Service saying they too are shocked about the number of shootings in Toronto. There for the latest on the police response to the deadly violence in the city. Let's bring in our crime analyst, Steve Ryan, outside Toronto Police headquarters. Not every day you hear the Toronto Police Service saying they too are shocked about the number of shootings in Toronto.
I think that speaks to the crisis, if you will, that we are in right now. Look, we can't ask any of our police services to do any more than what they are doing. They are taking guns off the street on a daily basis. They are doing projects on the weekly basis. We've covered them. We've covered them anywhere from Toronto, Peel, York, Durham, the OPP. Every time they hold a press conference, it's the same old, same old. And what I mean by that there are some common denominators, and they always are repeat offenders, people out on bail, guns seized from the United States. Oftentimes the offenders are young offenders.
Yeah, sorry to stop the video. That's something that I didn't highlight last time when we were speaking about this, that they always mention when they talk about these videos, right? Guns getting seized from the United States and how easy it is to get guns over here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's facts. they're not making the guns up here. I don't think niggas are not shooting each other with Canadian guns. These are all guns that people will go get from, and I'm not snitching, so anybody who wants to jump in the comments or in my DMs later, like Friday, yo, you're a real cop, bitch. Shut up. Okay, this is common knowledge. I, as a young lad, have bought my share from down there to up here. You understand? But here's the thing. When somebody goes down to, let's say, New York City, or even New York City, the guns, that's you're robbing yourself to go to New York City. But back in my day, like in the 90s and shit, you can go get like a 38 for like $100. Okay, you can go get like a 40 caliber for like $500, $400 even. No body on it. Okay, and I don't want to over explain. Okay, if you know, you know. No body on it, and then come back over here and flip that for like $2,500. So I don't know where the problem comes from. Is it, the border not being able to stop the, and I'm going to put the quote unquote stop the guns from coming from America over here to Canada, or the common argument of, should there be some kind of more gun regulations going on there in the United States so that there's not such easy accessibility to guns? Because I mentioned New York, but what they're really doing is going down south and going and getting these burners in places where like you just go with a license. You know what I mean? Hey, here's my driver's license. Go through a few different checks, like very light shit, and get yourself a gun. A bunch of them. Scopes, all that shit. You know what I mean? These are places where guns are completely legal. Open carry states.
Or they are people that have already been ordered by the court not to possess firearms. So there is solutions to this problem. And I think we're at a stage now where arrests are not enough to solve this issue. We see the police, like, again, on the daily basis, go through this tremendous work, but they need help. And they need help when it comes to keeping repeat offenders in custody until their trial. If somebody's convicted of a gun crime, stiffer sentences. For young offenders, stiffer sentences as well. And the borders need to be sealed up. Until those things are done, the police are going to continue doing the same thing on the weekly basis.
I'm going to ask this in a thing.
After gun after gun. And we're going to hear heartache, like we just heard from that mom who lost her 15-year-old son just yards away from 12 Division yesterday. I was at that scene just after 8:30 p.m. and it was in a strip plaza on Trethewey and Black Creek. 12 Division is just south of there. So even the presence of a police station is not a deterrent when it comes to these brazen shootings. More needs to be done. And I think that is the reason why we heard from the Toronto Police today, going from the staff superintendent to the inspector and the inspector of homicide, actually, who we're going to hear from right now. Here's more from Inspector Lemanis, who spoke earlier today at this press conference. Let's listen.
Let's go.
In regards to the homicide that occurred last night of the 15-year-old, the investigation does show at this point that he was targeted. I can also tell you that there were multiple rounds fired at the deceased. At this point, the investigative team is out there currently right now. As you can appreciate, it's very early on in the investigation, and yesterday being a holiday, a lot of the businesses were closed, so therefore the video canvas pretty much has started. So we are gathering as much information as we can at this point.
Let's give some context to the amount of guns that are coming in from the U.S. Toronto Police said today that
you can watch the breakdown now. This is crazy.
That 85% of the 491 guns seized by them alone this year have come in from the United States. So you can see where those holes.
85% of the guns
are, and those holes need to be plugged, and there needs to be tougher sentences when it comes to the judiciary before we see any improvement in what's going on.
And the rest is just guns that are taken from people's homes, breaking an entry and all that type of stuff. Somebody, you deal with some girl and her dad has a whole bunch of guns in the house, and now you find out, and listen, I'm not talking about anything specific, okay? Don't get it twisted. But I've heard about these stories like this, okay? dealing with the girl. The dad is a gun enthusiast in Canada, has a bunch of rifles, gets with the wrong dude, and then dude goes back to the crib and robs the crib for all the guns. There was an armory that was robbed back in, I think, 2005, if I'm not mistaken. And they took mad gun from that place. So that's the only other, if you want to include the 15% that are not coming from the U.S.
Going on right now in the GTA. Let's send it back to the desk.
CB24's crime analyst, Steve Ryan. Thank you. Well, police have identified a man arrested in a fatal shooting in Brampton.
23-year-old Parmveer Singh is charged with first-degree murder in the shooting last Friday at Millstone Drive and St. Tropez Court.
See what I'm saying? This is all in the space of a week. 11 of them. Watch this.
The victim was found dead behind the wheel of a running vehicle in a resident's driveway. Police continue to investigate the motive.
And Premier Doug Ford also talked about gun violence during a stop in Brampton. Ford was asked about legislation that would give homeowners more rights to defend themselves during robberies.
You know what I should have added to the poll that I started here? That maybe if they should loosen some of the gun laws, and I've mentioned this back in the days, and maybe people thought I was trolling when I was saying this, but maybe loosen some of the gun laws that we have over here in Canada. I want to speak for Toronto, more specifically Toronto, so that citizens are able to protect themselves. You got it's crazy out there. And a lot of this stuff is involved with the people who are involved with it. Right? It's not like people are just going and random. Well, that's happening too. But the random acts of crimes are not as high as let's say the gun violence. But with all of that gun violence that's going on out there, the criminals are going to get their guns regardless, as you can see. So maybe if some of these citizens are able to protect themselves so that they're not caught up in any home invasions and all that types of shit, especially with right now, times are tough. Money's tight. Niggas is, I don't even want to use the word niggas. People are getting hungry.
You try to do this down in the States, two things are going to happen. You're getting caught and you're going to jail for years, or the homeowner is going to shoot you. One of the two. And I'd rather
see what did I just say?
Try to do this down in the States. Two things are going to happen. You're getting caught and you're going to jail for years, or the homeowner is going to shoot you. One of the two. And I'd rather keep guns out of communities, and I'd rather really support our police that we're putting a lot more money into guns and gangs across the region, and just supporting our police. But the judges and the JPs have to keep them in jail, and the federal government has to change the criminal code.
And Ontario Provincial Police in the Senate.
Yeah, Doug Ford's going on the opinion here on my poll from keeping them in there for longer. Right, there's a 3.5 year mandatory conviction when it comes to guns over here. That was enforced more back in 2008, between 2008 to let's say 2015. I think they've kind of loosened up on that over the years. Where now it seems guys are going in and out for catching a burner charge or catching a gun charge. Let me just take a quick check on the poll here. How do we stop gun violence? Longer, I misspelled it. Longer sentences, more community centers, stricter border laws. My spelling is all over the place. Let me do this again because I want to add some stuff to it. Okay, let's ask this question again. How do we bring down gun violence? And I'm going to add an extra one to that. Okay, let's let Mr. Ford finished cooking over here. All right.
Central Region laid more than 2,000 charges during their Labor Day weekend traffic initiative.
2,000.
I don't care about traffic.
Following morning at 6.
Well, some financial relief for drivers.
So often it can be doom and gloom. And yes, that is part of the territory.
So hold on, let me find another thing on this because there's multiple. See this video 6 years ago that I was on. Jeez. Ontario York region sees 400% increase in carjacking since 2019.
And just north of Toronto in York region, police are sharing new details on the disturbing trend of carjackings and violent crimes. And as Jaden Lee Lincoln tells us, there are a number of factors driving up these statistics.
Well, the York region has had the long-standing status of being one of the safest areas in Canada, but with the rise in violent crimes and carjackings, it's prompted York Regional Police to address the matter. Take a listen.
The region has seen a 92% increase in shootings, a total of 46 since January of this year. And we've also seen a 106% increase in carjackings, a total of 64 since January of this year. And equally troubling, since 2019, over a 5-year period, we've seen a 400% increase in carjackings, which are violent and traumatizing for victims.
Police adding there's been 15 murders so far this year, 5 since July.
So, and that's just in New York region. That's not even the whole of Toronto. I asked an extra question on that, on the poll that I just put up here. So I asked the question earlier, how do we bring down gun violence? Longer sentences, community centers, stricter borders, or more police? And obviously I see that getting zero love because defunding the police has been a thing, right? It's been a thing that's been spoken about, especially since the whole the George Floyd murder. Defund the police became a catchphrase. It became a hashtag. However, there's a lot of people who feel that that should be going in the opposite direction with all of the gun violence that's been going on. For example, and just to play devil's advocate, if there's no police, who do y'all expect to come pick up the criminals when some shit happens? You know, I've heard so many different people talking about, oh, you know, you guys go and you go deal with mental health issues, but you go send a policeman to deal with it. You also have to decipher what's a mental health issue that you're going to go deal with, or what's a criminal. And you want to have to figure that out when you get there and be like, oh, you know what? This was a mental health issue. We should send a mental health expert instead. Hold on a second. I know there's a crisis going on here, but let's not stop this because we're not allowed to do that. Nah. And also, is the mental health expert going to be able to walk in there with a gun? Like, we have to be realistic. And I don't always say, you know, I'm not completely agreeing with the get more police, but maybe better police, maybe better training. Take that money that, you know, they were thinking about, you know, defunding the police with, or adding all the money that they're adding to get more cops on the street. And especially right now, there's a lack of people who are even applying for the job. We might be in a tough space because, yeah, we want to get better police, but not everybody's trying to be a policeman these days, man. You'd rather be a content creator than a goddamn policeman and got to go walk up into places and worry about getting shot.
July, including the high-profile case of 56-year-old Anita Moy. The chief attributing the rise in gun violence and carjackings to organized crimes, illegal gun smuggling, and ongoing tow truck disputes. To try and combat the issue, Chief McSween says police are investing more resources into a dedicated carjacking unit.
We keep on going back to this carjacking and the tow trucks. Does it all circle back to the tow truck wars? Because even the number that they showed that popped up on the screen was kind of crazy. Watch this. Carjacking's up 106%. Jesus.
The chief also taking a moment to advocate for bail reform and stricter penalties for firearm-related offenses. Jaden Lee Lincoln, Global News.
Listen, man. Salute to everybody out there who's just dealing with all that strife, man. It's getting kind of crazy out here. You know, it's always been crazy. Toronto's not, it's not like it just got like people started shooting each other over 2024. But just these increases that's been happening over the last few months, I don't know what they're going to be able to do to turn it around. Maybe a combination of all those different things that I'm asking here in the poll. But from what I'm seeing here, more police is not an option for any of y'all. Okay. Before we get off of this, just to let the people know, it says here, how do we bring down the gun violence? Longer sentences, 12%, community centers, 62%, and stricter borders, 25%, and more police, 0. Let's get off of this somber ass shit here. There's something that was going on over there in the West Coast as far as with YG, and you know, I always have to specify the West Coast YG. He dropped an album not too long ago. Album sold something like 8,000 in the first week, if I'm not mistaken. Some real just abysmal numbers. Let's see. YG first week sales. Yeah. So that's the headline that's been running around. The man sold 8K in the first week. These, like, I'm talking like, I know Toronto rappers that are, and not like mainstream or people who are really known in the Toronto scene. I'm talking about Toronto SoundCloud rappers who might have moved more than that in the first week. Like, that's crazy. Ugh. And he was up in the pop out show, wasn't he? He was popping out and showing niggas, right? So there's been a little conversation that's been moving around. Salute to Adam 22 and Whack 100. One of the best shows on No Jumper right now. Adam was asking a pretty good question when it comes to YG and his first week sales. As far as Kendrick not showing out for his boy. And listen, there's going to be a bunch of people saying Kendrick doesn't post on Instagram, what you want him to do, what you want him to do. Like, don't these niggas gotta, like, what about the rest of the niggas over there? Like, nobody's showing love to this nigga YG?
Of that situation.
So I'm going to play a little bit of this, and I might piss off a few people with some of the opinions that I might be saying, but just bear with me, okay?
If not, was he utilizing what it was to put the light on? Because it looked like he did an independent drop on his album.
That's what they're saying, yeah.
I think
No More Def Jam?
It did like 8,000.
Yeah.
You know, he probably should have stayed with a label to push it a little harder.
Maybe the label gave up.
You know, maybe they did, maybe they didn't.
I mean, 8K independent's not that bad, right?
No, that's kind of bad.
When you're like 15 years into your career.
Yikes.
I mean, who are we comparing that to?
I'm just saying, what artists are still selling anywhere near their peak when they're 15 years into their career?
It's not even their peak. If you had a dude like Eminem that did 2-3 million in that time, today we expect him to do like 200,000, right? Because it's just what it is today, right? The numbers, the music industry is just down as a whole. I tell people that, but
that's facts.
Shoes out called like a Flame or something.
People got on my ass because I was comparing him to the Rolling Stones, which I realize is a little premature. But when you think about the Rolling Stones, put out all these albums in the 70s. Yeah.
I like his Flame and shit is pretty cool.
Jake, J-Bo's team buys promo on the No Jumper Instagram that basically says, hey, look, J-Bo sold more than YG. Was Adam 22 right? Basically making it seem as if I specifically said, look at how J-Bo's harder than YG, even
together. You don't know if YG held that back. I don't know what they've done together.
Would have been nice if Kendrick shouted out YG's project, right?
Just a little nice. Just would have been nice.
Yes, definitely. Nice. It definitely would have been a good look.
That would have been him behaving like a normal person.
About it, I'm gonna be real.
He's so mysterious.
I'm gonna be real. I think YG showed up, right, for one, to generally show support. Two, to let Drake know I didn't appreciate you throwing me in that shit. Because me and Kendrick both from Compton. Right?
The real gang member, YG.
He didn't show up to say, Kendrick, I'm here. Now do something for me.
I bet if he was still cool with Drake, Drake would have posted his album.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think.
It's a good point.
I think Kendrick showed up, and the people that showed up to support Kendrick showed up genuinely to support Kendrick, not showing up to say, you owe me something.
No, yeah.
And I'm going to ask again, because I put the poll up here. Should Kendrick have given YG a feature? Okay, because I'm not even trying to hear this. No, come on, Friday. The man doesn't post on Instagram. He does. When's the last time he even posted? You're expecting too much. It's your guy who posts on the gram all the time. I hear you. But if I go look up YG's album right now, which I will. Let's do that. I have it up on the screen. Let's look up YG's album. Let's see if the boy Kenny might have helped him out. Maybe I'm wrong, because he did 8,000. So obviously I didn't get a chance to check it out. Oh, it's a double album. That's wild. So just read up 3. I'm going through the features here. Baby Stone Gorillas, Mustard. He's got Sweetie. Got Larry June. Killing for real. Ty Dolla Signs. He got some good features in here. Babyface Ray, Lil Yachty. Another Ty Dolla Signs. He got Mozzie in there. Hold on, no, the scroll's done. Is there any bonus tunes? No? Yeah, there's no more tunes. Sorry, gang. Yeah. No Kendrick. There's no Kendrick feature on there. And listen, I don't think that he was doing it for, let me do this, let me pop out at the show. But, you better get me on this feature. But at the same time, would be nice. Would have been nice. That's all I'm saying. It's not a big deal, Kendrick. I know, it's the whole mysterious behind the scenes. We don't really need to be showing out and showing these niggas all this bullshit. I get it. I understand. But as far as even since this post beef, post World War whatever, right? World Rap War whatever. We're still waiting.
You know what I'm saying? It was genuine. It was organic. It was real. It wasn't like he paid a bunch of people to show up.
No, yeah. They all showed up out of the goodness of their heart. It's kind of weird when you're doing stuff for somebody who doesn't want to return the favor, right?
Well, how do you know that? Did YG come out and say, I reached out to Kendrick and he ignored me? You don't know that.
That's a good point also. We don't even know what they're doing behind the scenes too. Like they might be helping each other behind the scenes.
You don't know what them two men have going on.
It might have nothing to do with music, because if he was helping them behind the scenes in regards to music, he might have helped them. He might have sold a little bit more than 8K. And this is with all due respect. I'm not trying to diss YG in any type of way. I know I don't want to be in the West Coast yo, see your shit. We talking about YG, fool. Just chill.
If Academics put out a documentary and I was all up in the documentary, I promoted the documentary, helped him out with the documentary, and then 6 months later I put out a documentary, crickets. act doesn't shout it out, doesn't post about it. It's pretty easy to post about something.
You would feel some kind of way.
Yeah, I would be like, damn.
I hear what you're saying.
I did a lot for you when you were in the exact same position and you couldn't return the favor. That makes me feel like this is kind of a one-sided friendship.
So you saying YG showing?
Hold on. Yolanda Adams says Friday, Kenny should have helped YG. Yeah. Obviously, I was even thinking like, I don't know, some kind of maybe Baby Keem. Let Baby Keem jump on a feature. If you don't want to jump on a feature, then ghostwrite something for your little cuz. Like, goddamn, this nigga doesn't. Like, these niggas is just glazing this nigga, and he don't even got to do nothing. They don't got to take this nigga to dinner or nothing. Pause.
Up because he wanted to show up to support. There's a million places YG could have been. He showed up because he wanted to show up to support his fellow.
Why do we
and maybe I don't get it, because I know we have Toronto unity. We ride for Toronto, obviously. But people are going to be like, well, it's a West Coast thing. You don't understand. You know what I'm saying? We got a different type of unity over here. Do you? Because y'all niggas kill each other like, well, maybe not as much now, but y'all niggas made killing each other like a religion for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, like the unity may be starting to happen a little bit more over time now, but all that blood and encrypting and all that type of shit that everybody's doing all over the place, we got from y'all. You know what? Let me just stop this video here. Here's what the problem I think may be. I just don't think that the West Coast is popping like that outside of the West Coast. There's a lot of people who like West Coast music outside of the West Coast, but not enough to really move the needle. You got certain artists that have obviously broke the mold. NWA put the West Coast on the map crazy and put gangster rap on the map, even though like there was Ice-T and different people like that who was doing it before. But when NWA came through, it was on and popping. But I won't even say low key, high key. West Coast music don't really go crazy like that anywhere outside of LA. Tell me in the comment gang strong. Name me 10 West Coast artists that y'all know that are not like the Snoop Dogs of the world and what besides YG even. If you take YG away, give me 10 West Coast poppin' artists. Okay? Let me know what y'all think as far as West Coast artists. Because R.I.P. Drake, the Ruler, he was popping out there. He was doing his thing. 03 Greedo, he's doing his thing. Is there a list that I can look up? I don't know. Jumper put out a list as far as like West Coast artists. But to be honest, like this is the way that people look at the Toronto scene as like there's people who have bust through, and you know, obviously besides Drake, you got the Navs of the world, the Tory Lanez, Pressa, you know, who have, you know, been able to resonate with audiences outside of Toronto. But a lot of that Toronto underground stuff, a lot of people outside of Toronto look at it as a niche type of hip hop. You know what I mean? There's people who say, oh, yo, the accent is cringe, blah, 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 blah. And then there's people over here who are only into Toronto hip hop. Right? Or even just Canadian hip hop, but mainly like Toronto grimy hip hop, niggas talking gangster shit, but from over here, talking about blocks over here and using terminology that, you know, we understand, slangs and all types of shit. Right? But as far as you know, that Dijon guy, he be doing the list. Hold on, let me show y'all on the screen. I'll pop up some shit. Is the West Coast really, really, really popping like that? Like, is there really 10 guys out of the West Coast that you know these days that are selling? And keep in mind, with record sales being lower, Can you find 10 guys in the West Coast that can sell 20,000 albums in the first week, or 20,000 records in the first week, or whatever, however they tabulate it these days? Let me know. And this is also for the when I repost this, I'll put top 10 LA artists or LA rappers. Let's see what we get. See this? What's this article? When's the date from this article? All these people that are talking about. Okay, Tyler the Creator. He's definitely on the top. R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. He would have been in that list right now. Let's do this. Let's refine the search. Top 10 new LA rappers. Oh, they put Post Malone in there. Jesus Christ. Corrupt? Come on. Can't be serious. Entertainment says AD is a great example. No one knew until No Jumper. I had a debate with Dusty Wallace on the podcast the other day. Like, he's like, "What? You didn't know who AD was?" No, I didn't know who AD was. And with all due respect to AD, big salute to AD. He's a real one. But I didn't know about him until No Jumper. I didn't know about even still to go search him up. It's kind of hard to find AD when you're searching Instagram. It's just 2 letters. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't. I don't feel like people were searching him on the internet on a regular basis, so that the algorithms just anytime you just put AD, the first thing that pops up is his profile. So again, with all due respect, I only really knew about him as knowing he rapped even after I saw him on No Jumper a few times. I'm talking about almost a year, and I was like, "Oh, you rap? Oh, there's an interview with him talking about his music." So, like, look at this list over here. Top 10 new LA rappers. This is just Google. Okay, and this is LA Taco from 2000 this year, from July this year. The 24 LA rappers you need to know in 2024. Y'all know who 310 Baby is? And listen, I'm not dissing. I'm not trying to throw any shade on these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Westside Boogie, I do know. Westside Boogie goes crazy. Signed to Shady Records. He doesn't sell mad records, but he's critically acclaimed. Okay, born in Compton. 2015 mixtape. G Perico. Salute to G Perico. And let me know if you guys know any of these people as I'm pulling this up on the list. And I'm not trying to diss. Again, I am not trying to diss. Niggas be like, no, niggas know us over here. Yes, but I'm asking if niggas know y'all over here in Toronto, in New York, in Connecticut, in all these different places, in Saskatchewan, in Vancouver. Do they know y'all over there? Vet. I've never heard of this gentleman. And the thing is, probably all these niggas' music besides the ones who I do know, the ones who I don't know, their music probably goes hard. Casey Veggies, I do know. He's from back in the days. Legerion, do not know this gentleman. Hitta J3, heard of him. A little bit more old school. Dom Kennedy, obviously heard of him. Dom Kennedy. Lefty Gunplay. OGZ I've heard of. And Lefty Gunplay, I've literally only heard of through No Jumper right now. 1 second. Yo. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second, gang. Second. Yo, what up?
Yo, man, just hearing the tension.
Yo, for the people, yo, big salute to top 5. You know what I'm saying? Tap it in.
Yeah. Shout out, we love hip hop, man. That's the only hip hop station y'all should tune into.
Yo, fam, how you feeling today, man? You good?
In fourth quarter mode right now. Fourth quarter mode. Soon home, inshallah. Soon home.
Okay. Yeah, fam. The scene has taken a little bit of a hit. Like a lot of people haven't. The buzz is not there since you've been gone, brother.
I know. But for the record, I'm taking a break from that music. Taking a break from that Friday, man.
Talk to them.
Don't worry, we're gonna give back to the kids over there. You know what I mean? When I touch road, we're gonna help the kids. We're gonna help the communities get together and everybody stop the violence. You know what I mean?
See, that's what I'm talking about, brother. This is the shit I like to hear, man.
I mean it too. I'm not just saying it because I'm in jail. If anybody's thinking like that, when I touch road, listen, we're gonna give back to the kids. We're gonna stop the violence. Even me, some people that don't like me, we're gonna come together and put this shit to the side. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Free all the rappers locked up right now, whether you used to be my alpha or something, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, man, you know, we ain't getting any younger neither, bro. So in the end of the day, the more positive vibe that you put out there, the longer that you'll be out here, bro.
Inshallah, you know what I mean? Free every talent from Toronto. Shout out to every talent from Toronto. We're gonna bring this shit together, you know what I mean? We're gonna make everybody get together and put this shit out one time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Who you think that we should be checking for, man?
Man, there's a lot of hip hop talent, man. Shout out 44 Stars, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard, you know. So yo, we're gonna put everybody together, man. From the rapper Doovie, from 50 Stacks, from people on road. You know what I mean? Everybody that's rapping on road, man. We're gonna put this shit aside and come together, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's how it's gotta be, bro.
Listen, man, you gotta grow up. You gotta grow up one time in your life, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta grow up.
That's
Friday, man. Only positive vibes, man. Shout out to everybody doing their thing, you know what I'm saying?
no, big facts. Listen, fam. Like I said, I'm on live now. I'm a tap in with you soon. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up later if you get a moment.
I got you, broski. Stay up, broski. Shout out, we love hip hop.
No, salute to you, brother. Hold your head. Love. Big salute to top 5, man. You know what I'm saying? Tap it in right there. You know, he's got his trial that's coming up soon. I don't know the exact dates. Okay, I'll keep you guys updated as we go through it. I'm probably be going to a couple of those trial dates, some of those court dates to see what's going on. But yeah, man, big salute to top 5, man. Let's continue over here. Big Sad, don't know who that is. Coyote, don't know who that is. Jason Martin, don't know who that is. I feel like I heard of him. Basically, y'all get my point. It's not really a YG problem. It's not maybe Kendrick didn't support him. Maybe Kendrick, if he did support him, he probably would have sold 15,000 in the first week. Okay, but I'm not going to say, with Kendrick support, he's going to sell 20,000, maybe not even 20,000. Let's 50,000. 50,000 is respectable in these days and times. Right? It's not 30,000 being a low marker. Now, if you sell 30,000 in the first week for most of the artists on that tier, like for example, Meek Mill, if he sold 30,000 in the first week independently, you're good. And even with this 8,000, don't get it twisted. YG is independent, as mentioned in the interview with or in the podcast with Wack and Adam 22. He's independent. So that 8,000 sales, though it may not look like a lot to the as far as the optics to the public, he's still making money. You know what I'm saying? He's probably getting 95% or maybe even at least 70% of the money that's coming in from that. You know what I'm saying? 1 second. You're Yep.
I want to say for the record, young speaker, I want this to hear on air.
Yeah.
I want them to know, yo, listen, man, all this shit, social media, all this, man, all this shit's entertainment, you know what I mean? All that shit to sell records, man. But you know, these people, they take it a different way.
Yeah. I just did a documentary the other day talking about how they use so much people's lyrics and friggin', social media in court and stuff like that. But like, come on, fam. It's a little bit wild.
I really think about it. I'll be out soon, you know what I mean? We're all gonna bring everybody together, all the communities. You know what I mean? From Regent Park to Lane to Driftwood to Jungle, we're gonna bring everything together, you know what I mean? They just gotta let me out.
That's how it's gotta be, bro.
Listen, I will start that movement. Hold me to my words. Just let me out first. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm just telling these people. Let me out, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm ready to change the whole prospect. You know what I mean? Hope to change everything.
Bro, if you like when you come home, if you get on some, bring the city together shit with the amount of attention that you already have, bro. Holy.
Friday, I'm telling you, that's a promise from me to you. When I touch on everything, we're gonna bring it together. The second I walk out, watch, hear this. Everybody thinks I'm gonna come out, oh, this. Nah, man, you gotta come out a changed man, man. You can't be the same man you were before you came in. You know what I mean?
No, that's a fact, bro. That's a big fact.
No, man, they're framing me, man. They're framing me. I'm ready to come on road, man, and just change the perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hold me to that, man. We're gonna bring Toronto back together, man.
I'm gonna hold you to that, bro, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like when you touch road, like at least a week. I'm gonna give you some time. You know what I mean to get in touch with the fam. You know what I'm saying?
When I touch road, I need a week break. I'm not even giving them a hint of life before I touch road.
Yeah.
Just give me a week. Give me a week to play my Shaggy. It wasn't me. And then to relax. And then we'll go into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll even give you 2 weeks, but then I'm gonna be ringing down your phone like, bro. So what was you saying about all that peace shit, bro? What's going on?
I'm doing a giveaway. I'm just gonna give away every neighborhood in town. And I want every single rapper from all that blocks to represent their hood when I come there. Balance nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's mosh up out here right now, bro.
You know what? Every record that I dissed the dead person in, man, I didn't mean it, man. You know what, man? I quit doing that. I'm done that entertainment shit. You know what I mean? We gotta do positive shit, man.
Well, listen, bro, you're live, so not only I'm gonna hold you to it. There's niggas who's gonna clip this and be like, didn't he say that he wasn't gonna be on that shit no more?
They could do that. Let me tell you, every dead nigga that I dissed in my song, when I touch out, I have 5 to 10K for their mom. You know what I mean? Make sure they're good, and I'm never doing that no more in my music. Tell them to clip that and hold me to my word, inshallah.
You heard it here first, yo.
That's love. We love hip hop. Yo, I'm gonna lock up for the rest of the night. I'm gonna call you tomorrow, Friday, man. Keep your head up and be safe out there.
You too, brother.
That's love, bro. Assalamu alaikum.
Bless. Now salute to top 5. Y'all heard what he said right there, right? He said he's when he touches road, he's got 10 racks for any of the families of the people who he's dissed, to any people who've been, affected by any of his songs and stuff like that, or things that he might have been just like saying in social media as far as entertainment and stuff. He said he got 10 racketies for y'all. You know what I'm saying? He said he's gonna come home and increase the peace. Matter of fact, on the thumbnail. That's the name of it's the name of the episode in a way, like increase the peace. So you heard it from what people deem Toronto's top demon. He ain't on that shit. So salute the top 5, man. I think we could end this West Coast topic here. Somebody was saying something about the ASAP Rocky robbery shit. Not ASAP Rocky, my bad. Travis Scott. Why'd he rob the boy Travis Scott? Why'd he rob the boy Travis Scott? Let's see. Let's go do some quick investigation. Okay, I got a video. 1 second. Let's see what they did to the boy Travis Scott. Said Peace Love says 10K in Somalian dollars. Really? What's that equal out to? Oh, you're talking about top 5? You'll stop this. Don't do that.
So, as I was saying before, similar to
Babylon
loan, except in the worst possible way. Like, I know that it's impressive that Travis, and I said this a few weeks back, I was like, bro, is the GOAT. Like, he's selling 300K plus on his 10-year-old mixtape with Days with Carti on it. I think you had to pay nowadays if everyone's on steroids to even compete and step on the field.
Nah, I don't care. He didn't get robbed. I thought this nigga got like, all right. He didn't get robbed. Like somebody didn't take his chain or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? No. I don't care about that. I know he re-released Days in the Rodeo. I know they, not him, but his label kind of buffed the numbers for it selling 300,000 in the first week. That's kind of crazy for a re-release. But yeah, I don't care about that. I want to show y'all this. And then I think we can wrap. Let's see. Let me just check my time here. I think I'm at, oh shit, 2 hours and change. Jesus Christ. Man, good chat. Okay. Let me pull up this shit here. Podcaster, and let's stay in LA for a quick minute. So this LA rap duo, Coyote, beat up disrespectful podcast host. Okay, and I'll show y'all what I'm looking at here. It's kind of crazy. Viewer discretion is advised. You got to know if you're going to be doing all of this podcast, what do you call it? Animated wild shit. You got to know who you're dealing with. So let's proceed.
Competing with the J. Cole's and the Kendrick.
See, that's where you're losing me.
What about
So this is the group right here.
what he's saying? Like, I appreciate the
This is the
comparison.
host.
I think we're in our own world, even though that's what we
Definitely.
aim for.
Definitely
We aim-
another world.
But what's so funny about that?
Are you the
I-
only person that talks in the group, or does he talk? It's like,
he's probably-
Let me ask y'all also while this is playing, real or fake? Because these days, just creating some kind of tension, some kind of beef on camera is going to get you hella clicks. So real or fake?
That's the fucking thing.
I'm the podcaster guy. Why you gotta get this? Because I don't.
Nah, we don't need to do all
think you're
that.
J.
We don't-
Cole. Now you gotta.
It's not that. It's not that. You've been disrespectful the whole fucking time.
I've seen some of y'all videos, bro. You be having braids.
I mean,
where
the
are
bra-
you getting
the braids
that
be
from?
fly,
You gotta,
I mean,
and you don't even do that.
hey, bro,
anymore.
keep your hands to yourself, bro.
I'm just saying,
You're
like,
getting
bro,
crazy
you got
disrespectful.
fine hair. You're not the culture,
Fine
bro.
hair?
You have
Nah,
fine
man, this
hair.
ain't no fine hair. This is
I'm just
fucking Native
saying.
American shit.
But then for you, cool. You don't. I'm gotta saying listen. it's not for a lot of people.
See, this is where it kind of made me start thinking this might be fake. Because just the going for the hat shit, right? Like you're doing a little bit too much there, broski.
It's not. I'm not just
How's
saying.
it not?
No, I
Y'all
disagree.
make it seem
I
like-
disagree.
Because
How's it
all
not?
the music y'all make is like some Yo, Keto Taco Bell.
Nah,
and
this
I just
crazy.
don't fuck with it.
Hey,
I'm
name
not
one
saying
song that's
most
like
people
that.
can't relate to it. It's like our culture. How can I?
And let me see. I guess this is what's the name of this podcast? I want to give them some kind of credit.
Can you relate to it?
I mean,
You think white suburban kids was related to Kodak Black? You think they were related to NWA when they came out? It doesn't matter. It's somebody speaking
But
from
y'all
an
not
authentic
NWA.
place.
Y'all not that.
We're
deep.
MWA. We're hip hop. We're MWA from an authentic
Wait for it.
place.
We're being real, bro. Y'all make like fucking
Yeah, we touched them again. Wait for it.
Beaner music.
Hey, boy.
This guy said he makes Beaner music. Here we go. From the time he said you make Beaner music, they were off to the races, right? Because in the West Coast, that word Beaner, like it's, I guess, another word for being a fiend. So you got to watch your step when you say that shit.
Hey, chill.
So real or fake, gang? Because like I said, podcast fights, I could even just do a search on YouTube and you'll see a bunch of different podcast fights. Like there was the one that happened in New York the other day with a gentleman who he was talking hella shit. And dude mollywopped him. He gave him like an uppercut. Let's do this podcast fights. And this is besides No Jumper. Technically, No Jumper might have started this trend. Look at all of these different podcast fights. Danzig just had one 6 months ago. Let me see. Let me put in this one here, NYC. This one here.
Around December of last year, I kept getting these videos sent to my like. That's the first step, and show them.
Hey, yo, listen, y'all. I've been doing this shit for 4 years, y'all. I've been talking shit to everybody who has ever put a hand.
Yeah. See this.
Squab wash shoot. I said, all right, bro, like use a Mark V, right? Like you gotta really like listen. Like you got to apply the pressure and show them you not no punk.
You, bro, it's more to it. It's more to it. That's why I let you rock. So leave it alone. Yes, sir, on my soul. Hey, yo,
Right? Watch this.
listen, y'all. I've been doing this shit for 4 years, y'all. I've been talking shit to everybody who has ever put a hand.
What? Trapline TV. Let's see how much views they got on this shit. Trapline TV fights. The first thing that pops up. 90,000 views 1 month. That's all they got off of this? No way. There's no way you only got 90,000 views off this fight. It wasn't worth it. Not to say that, you know, we love hip hop who's like, oh, 90,000 views. Oh, we do that every day. No, but still, a man got punched in his face. Oh, inappropriate. That's why.
Talking about that you in the street. You say
That's why the algorithm pushed it down. Down. They saw that punch and they're like, yeah, we're not doing that. And I seen somebody mention Road to Success says Friday almost had a fade on the podcast with Lady SB and Bodyguard. Yeah. I wonder how I searched this. I've never searched it myself on this shit. Is it right here? Oh, I need to clip this on its own. You're mod. I'm gonna go clip that.
We love hip hop.
Is it right? It should be right here. I know my own content, so.
One thing I've got to ask about though, chromas.
Big Sleep. Was it here? Oh, I found it.
Me the same question? Doing what?
Like,
Working like doing
okay,
what?
I'll straight.
Doing
Don't hit me. Are you a telly thing?
am I a telly thing?
That's what I'm just gonna straight out ask what the people want to know in the comments all the time.
No.
Come on, fam. Like, you're a baddie, you know what I'm saying? But like, I know a lot of times people get into telly. It's okay. We be real over here today.
Did I not just say no? I don't understand. Like, I just said no.
I'm saying we're having a real interview here today. Like, the people want to know.
Are you still asking me the same question?
I'm just saying the people
Okay,
want to know.
honestly, like, do you hear this shit? Like,
Yo.
So there's an economy in crashing out, right? Like, there's a podcast where I don't know how many No Jumper episodes where mans were getting their whole face punched off, right? So I don't know. I just hope that this isn't such a trend that the only things that get high spikes of views are when podcasters crash out, when a guest crashes out on a podcaster, or when, you know, hosts crash out on each other. I hope that that's not such a trend that, you know, not pure interviews, like boring interviews. I'm talking about good interviews get pushed down in the algorithm unless somebody says something spicy or unless somebody really pops off in the interview, right? Because just, if that's the case, I don't know how high it has to go before somebody says, you know what, all right, we got to stop this trend. Okay. Lil House Phone and Potlord almost fight during podcasts. Like, low key is from one nigga seeing that No Jumper was getting a lot of traction, a lot of people reposting them on all over different Instagram blog pages and TikTok and all over the place. After they saw a couple of crash outs over there, I think a lot of podcasters said, you know what? Hold my beer. Right? Like, let me see what I can do to get it shaken on my pod. Because I don't know. I don't know if we can consider this one that we were originally looking at, just to bring it back full circle. I don't know if we can consider this one real.
That's fucking serious, man. Why you waste your fucking time? September 14th, the Regent Theater. Let's see if nobody fucks with us, you punk ass.
See, this is what I, right there at the end, this is where another part where I'm like, I don't know if this is real. With all due respect to these guys, Coyote. Because they were able to plug their show right after.
As bomb.
I think they're competing with the J. Cole's and the Kendrick.
See, that's where.
If y'all know the name of this podcast, let me know in the comments below. All right. Big salute to AR. Big salute. All right. It's getting to the point where, do people even want to see rap interviews? Are y'all interested in rap interviews where people are like, hey, what about your musical process? Where did you grow up? All of those questions that people want to know about rappers. Or do you want rappers to come on shows and, you know, be asked spicy questions that'll make them turn up? Right? You want to see nigga jump on the table and start spilling his alcohol all over the place. Like, is that what y'all want to see? Or do y'all want to see, like, y'all really want to get to know some of these people that you listen to their music? Because even some of the lining of questions that I was seeing over here in this podcast clip, maybe, I know it's just a small clip. They might have asked them a whole bunch of other questions before. But some of these niggas just bring people on shows just to talk shit. And not ask them one question about themselves. And to an artist who's moving around trying to promote their shit, even if it's not all musical questions, because I understand that can get boring at times, they still want to be able to talk about themselves or talk from their perspective. I asked TV Gucci the other day, after asking him a bunch of questions about his journeys and his life and different things that have been going on with him, I asked him about the Drake and Kendrick beef. He curbed me. Crazy. He wasn't trying to hear that. He wasn't trying to do all of that. Because he knew that was going to be some spicy shit. He knew that was going to be a moment. And that moment is not going to be taken well by everybody. All right, let me see if I can find the boy TV Gucci. TV Gucci came through and all right.
We missed to not want to not ask this because the most majorest thing went down in the hip hop scene like a while back.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Like, just because he rolls with Drake doesn't mean that this question has something to do with him. This is one of these little mixy podcast questions. I'm not going to act like I'm not guilty of doing that sometimes too. We make content out here. We know we're trying to move the needle. You got somebody who's rolling with Drake all the time. I might want to, get his opinions on this shit. You know what I'm saying? If he does give his opinions, that's going viral. We're not going to act like it ain't.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah.
How could I ask this question?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
When the whole battle went down, right? How's your DMs looking at somebody who's around the boy? Are people like getting at you like, bro, what's going on? Trying to find out information. You know what I'm saying?
Basically, I don't involve myself in politics. So the question you're asking, G, is like a politic question. You know what I mean? Like, I can say something positive or negative, and it can be somebody will take it into their own way. So me personally, G, I come from the streets, man. We don't talk about beef, fam. And yeah, we don't do it. It don't make no sense.
No,
there's nothing to get out of it because at the end of the day,
we missed.
See, handled like a pro. Okay, and I'm not even saying that this situation with me asking TV Gucci is the same as those guys crashing out and punching each other on the podcast. But my point is, I'm not asking him a question about himself specifically. I'm asking him a question about his mans in them. Like, yo, what's going on? Well, how did you feel about the issue that your homeboy had? Right? So just even with that whole podcast and these guys crashing out, they're asking questions that have nothing to do with the artist. So the artist, sometimes people do that just to antagonize an artist. Like I wasn't doing to antagonize TV Gucci, but asking, let's say if I started going, come on, fam. So tell me, your boy Drake lost. You know what I'm saying? Tell me about that, bro. How you feel about that, fam? So what you gonna do about that? That right there, he might want to swing on me. It's gonna be great content if it's caught on camera. If he's like, yo, release the video, I don't care. Okay, we out of here. It's gone viral. But at what cost? Now I'm gonna have to do that all the time. Every other guest, somebody's gonna have to I'm gonna have black eyes every time that me and Dusty and Czar link up. You be like, yo, what's going on with you, fam? What's up with you got a split lip? Yeah, I had an interview last week, yo. You know how it goes. We gotta get them views. Yeah, I asked him a wild question. He punched me right in the lip. Yeah, you know how it go. How many views it got though? So listen, salute to those guys, those Coyote guys. I wish I knew the name of that podcast that dude got rooked up. But maybe it's pretty better. Anywho, I think we could end it there. We got a nice almost 3-hour stream in the vault. And I mean, I haven't decided out of those 3 interviews that I have in the vault right now which one to drop first. Maybe I can ask y'all before we get out of here. We'll put up a quick poll. We'll do that because I have the Free interview. Okay, we'll do this. I have the Free interview. I have the Mad Russian. So which should I drop? Which should I drop? Drop. So should I drop the Free Mad Russian, or let's put Real Toronto. We'll do that. Or Colored Boy. Okay, let me know in the comments. Comment gang scroll. Okay, because I've been sitting on. I just finished doing the Free A interview yesterday, and that when it's up and it's ready to go, listen. Friday, quick on the chops. You know what I'm saying? Had that ready to go, but that Mad Russian interview is kind of crazy. Still, I'm not gonna lie. We really got into some real back in the days talks about that Real Toronto DVD, and just some of the makings and some of the things that was happening in those times, and how how he got access to some of those hoods that he went to. For example, Southside Jane and Finch in the Connections area with all the burners, and there's there's assistance in there. But I will say, the Free A interview is kind of hard still. The man Brooke was breaking down really how it is to be around Floyd Mayweather, around the money team, opening up for the World Cup. Just some real big boss stories and some come up stories, and him going through graduation and a lot of different things. Like it's an interview with a lot of jewels in it. And Colored Boy, I'm not seeing any votes for Colored Boy. However, you might want to see that interview. Besides him being a pretty good musical artist, he's doing this thing with his music. The interview is kind of crazy. He's had an issue with Top 5 back in the day. Salute to Top 5, who I was just speaking with earlier, who's turning a leaf, right? But there was an issue with him in Top 5 once upon a time that went pretty viral if y'all look up Colored Boy. And by the end of the interview, I will say it was kind of a meltdown. And I was like, yo, hope he's okay with this. But yeah, let me see before I get out of here, and it'll help me make my decision a little bit better. So we have 25% for Free A, 0 for Colored Boy, unfortunately, and Real Toronto, aka the Mad Russian, 75%. Holy, y'all want to see that one now? Right? Jeez. Okay. Y'all gave me some more that I can use as far as data that I can use to think about and make that decision for tomorrow. All right. But until then, look out for the audios at 3 a.m. video, 6 p.m. premiere. We are off of this. Deuces.